If you enjoy the content, I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button and checking out my socials. Heya I'm Smirky, and recently NIP has gone under the radar with their CT Inferno.
Put on your tinfoil hats, everybody, because we're about to go deep into this one.
In 2022, they had the best ADR for util damage, rocking at the top with 57, but in the last 6 months, it's a ridiculous 63.
What?
Looking at the last 3 Inferno games in terms of their CT util damage, against NAVI, they had 1075, against Heroic, it seemed like an outlier with 388, but it returned with a sky high 941 against Fnatic. So we're going to look at these 2 games and figure out why NIP is statistically the best in tier 1. But want to get individual training and CS classes for 30 days for 1 cent on your first month?
Affirmative.
Well, thanks to today's sponsor Cosimo Academy, you can.
Yes, my friends, yes!
Cosimo Academy is the CS school where you can join frequent classes hosted by various pro players and coaches. In these classes, you can submit demos in the Discord to be reviewed and critiqued by the coaches, or join them in theory sessions on a map. And I will also be hosting some of these sessions myself. On top of this, they host weekly scrims where you can jump into a 5v5 with coaches on both teams, helping you during and after the game.
Our enemies tremble.
This entire course is $29 per month, but again, you can try the course for pretty much free for 30 days by using code SMIRKY at checkout, which equates to 12 classes. Now go on and rank up. Unlike a lot of players, NIP don't use her nades instantly at the start of the round, and generally has 3 ways of using HEs on Inferno. They'll use it to nade high traffic areas, i.e. spots where Ts will very commonly be or be going through. They will HE when Ts have just taken an area like car, and lastly, there will be scenarios where if none of the above happens, they will try to keep it under the 30-second mark, making it useful to soften up those executes. Let's begin with HEing high traffic areas. The ninjas will nade spots where Ts will commonly walk into, making it unavoidable, and Hampus makes this point really well. A lot of teams will throw this due to smoke so they can do some sort of play behind it, but Hampus will use it as cover to nade bomb banana above the 120 mark. In round 19, Hampus will throw the G2 smoke and nade deep once NAVI start to take banana, dealing damage to SDY, making him vulnerable to one-shot headshots from those CT rifles. This reaction seems like a good time to nade. As for Hampus, he is consistently dealing damage to players wanting to take banana. Also, this is a pretty cool HE for the early round if you want to use it. Now, I'm not going to go into this too much, as I already broke down a similar play from Vitality side. However, on A, they like to change things up maybe once or twice a game by throwing this balcony nade set, which is pretty good in delaying apps control as well as dealing some damage, just like Vitality did to MIBR in this video. On the B side of things, they don't generally use all their HEs at the start, which you will see much later on. When the Ts have taken banana and car control, this half wall area becomes a very common position and pathway for the T side, making it perfect for those HEs. On car retakes, Alexi loves to throw these nades, like in round 24, where the flash and molly gets NAVI to fall behind the half wall, allowing Alexi to creep in, throw the HE and fall off without being in the open. Against higher tier teams, this works as a treat, as if they don't want to get HE'd, they would either have to peek into Alexi or fall off quite a bit. But well, NAVI chooses option C.
Fucking bitch.
Now, let's take a look at scenarios when the Ts take an area. I'm not going to look too deep into banana nades because there are so many on YouTube, but I'll show you some noteworthy nades you can use as a specific reaction. NIP love to unload their HEs when the T's make presence on banana with a smoke. For them, this is an indicator of where someone is playing, giving a great opportunity to unload. Round 9. Little Nikodos is doing his thing on banana, where suddenly he gets mollied.
Hey boss!
For him, the correct play would be to smoke the molly at his feet as there is another one behind him. But he fell right into Alexi's trap card.
Do it.
They did something similar against Nautis Vincia, but had unlimited power. The A side of NIP gave the B side 2 extra HEs, allowing Gigabee to have more fun. Starts off as a normal take for NIP, but once NAVI used their smoke on a molly, that's when they fucked up. First nade goes directly in the middle of the smoke, dealing good damage. Alexi throws another one in the same spot. While NAVI is still locked in banana, a voice lingers in the back of Alexi's head.
Throw more, lol.
And well, sends another one down to land on Broom, harassing NAVI. At this point, since they invested so much util on banana, they will try and go for a take. But a perfect counterflash came in from SDY, preventing what I think would have been a slaughter by the ninjas. NIP have a great reaction they can use on Car when they get mollied out. By having this protocol in the back of your mind, you can quickly dish out damage while leaving. Typically, it's best to do the half-wall nade, due to it being the safest, quickest, and most consistent. But there have been other times where Brolin and Alexei nades deep banana, since there is already a molly on half-wall. Or if the T's are really in their face, rushing banana, you could bounce it so it lands inside of Car, punishing those who decide to rush. Now for the A side of the map. NIP will generally use their HEs once the opposing team tries to take top mid, and these are pretty simple nades, where a few seconds after the long smoke, they will bounce the HEs into short from the haystack, or perhaps bounce the nade from long into top mid. And this methodology can be used effectively from both sides. For example, when the T's throw a long smoke, the short player could molly and the long guy nades, or you just both nade. A nice round I would like to highlight is round 19. In this round, NAVI has taken mid control and are threatening to pop out of apps, but Molly stops them. Now that NAVI are paused for a second, it gives a chance for NIP to use their HEs onto areas where NAVI are likely paused on. S-Tag throws one onto short, and Alexi tosses one on long, but unfortunately neither do any damage. Let's say there hasn't been any reason for NIP to use their grenades, or they're not certain that someone is in that area. They tend to save it for the oncoming execute, and this idea has been really well thought out by, guess who? Alexa. Round 21 is a nice example. There is very little time to execute, and NAVI are trapped behind a smoke that was thrown around the 40-second mark, and a recent molly. Once the molly is about to end, Alexi throws a HE into the smoke, as that's your cue as a T to push once the molly is gone, and it's super effective. This is a very simple rule, just hold onto your HE if you don't need to use it, and you can very easily make a last minute execute from the T's crumble by making their entries go in with 40 HP. Because of NIP's technical grenade placements throughout the linear map of Inferno, it largely gives them a huge advantage compared to the other teams, and I can't help feel like Alexi has made a big impact on the squad, mostly due to his proactiveness on the B bomb site. Anubis has recently been released onto the map pool, meaning you need some executes. Check out G2's B split that left the B plays isolated. That can be found in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.